Quinny and Hopper, written by Adriana Brad Shannon and illustrated by Greg Swearingen. We're going to start on page 1, chapter 1. Here we go. 1. Quinny. The moving truck is so tall that you have to climb up stairs to get into it. So I do. Inside, it's got a steering wheel as big as a hula hoop and tons of rocket ship control panels, and a bouncy driver's seat that's a trampoline just for my bottom. Plus, the air in here smells warm and gooey, like pizza and cinnamon buns all squished together. Quinny Bumble, get down from there, calls Mom from the sidewalk. The good news is, in 8 years I'll be old enough to drive this thing. The grumpy news is, today we're moving. We equals me plus Mom plus Daddy plus P.U. Piper plus Icky Sticky Screamy Cleo plus 147 boxes of all of our stuff. Goodbye, New York City. Hello, some other place in the middle of nowhere that we have to go live for Mom's new job. The list of things I'm going to miss about my city is very, very long. I'll miss climbing the wall of bookshelves in our apartment and saving Central Park snowballs in our freezer. I'll miss digging for our buried treasure in the recycling closet down the hall and chatting in the lobby with our doorman, Paco. I'll miss riding my scooter through goopy green puddles at the curb and taking the train to school underground. I'll miss my friends the most. I've got friends from all 9 floors of my building, from all 3 floors of my school, from the theater camp, tap dance, taekwondo, and accordion lessons. I've got friends from the farmer's market, the bagel store, the bookstore, the thrift store, and from just walking through Central Park. You'll make new friends and new lists when we get to our new town, says Mom. Baking cookies from scratch equals fun. Starting life from scratch equals no fun. Daddy won't even let me ride in the giant moving truck. He makes me squeeze into the back seat of our tiny car between P.U. Piper, who's 4 and licks, and Icky Sticky Screamy Cleo, who's 1 and bites. There's barely enough room back here for my mini cooler, which fits just one precious Central Park snowball from our freezer. Plus, did I mention that Piper picks her nose and Cleo farts so loud it sounds like she's got a tuba in her diaper? We speed up into the West Side Highway, zooming away from my fabulous city. We cross the George Washington Bridge, probably for the last time ever. I'm so sad thinking about it that I fell asleep. But in the middle of my nap, Piper sticks a little wet finger in my ear, deep into my warm, dry, sleepy ear. I wake up and howl, which makes Cleo wake up and howl, which in turn makes Mom howl from the front seat. Quinny, please! Please what? She licked me again. But spit is see-through, so I never have any proof. Honey, she's just 4, says Mom. When she's 5, you'll say she's just 5. And when she's 6, you'll say she's just 6. I put my hand over Piper's face and squeeze as a consequence for her inappropriate behavior. Quinny Bumble, that's enough. Mom howls again. She started it. Then be the one to finish it. You're the oldest, so set a good example. Mom is always going on about this setting an example stuff. I'm sick of it. Just because I'm almost 9, which is the age in between 8 and a half and really, truly, absolutely 9, she expects me to be perfect. Why doesn't Mom make Piper set an example for Cleo? She's older than Cleo after all. It's going to be a long ride. Hours and hours long. Hours of trying to stop Cleo from biting my hair. Hours of playing crazy eights with Piper, who cheats. Hours of holding it until the next gas station and belting it out to Obla Dee Obla Da by the Beatles, the most awesome band ever invented. Hours of staring out at nature, and more nature. I wait for all this nature to turn back into something interesting. like a subway stop or a skyscraper, but it doesn't. Finally, we pass a sign. Welcome to Whisper Valley. This is it, says Daddy. This is what, I ask. Our new town, says Mom. I look around. Whisper Valley has 1,000,000 trees, but no people. The houses don't even touch each other. No wonder they look so bored. I lower the car window. It's quiet out here. Way too quiet. I sniff the air, which has exactly 0 flavor. Look, here's the downtown, says Mom. Isn't it charming? There's not much in town in Whisper Valley's downtown. You can practically see the whole thing with one eyeball. Hardware store, plus a deli, plus a dry cleaners, plus pizza place is not downtown. Where's the bagel store? Not every town has a bagel store, says Daddy. The deli here sells bagels. Where's the bookstore? Quinny, please. The sidewalk here looks so clean, I don't think anyone ever walks on it. We drive by an empty train station. We drive by an empty playground. Where is everybody? Finally, the car stops. In front of a barn. This is it, says Daddy. This is what? I ask. Our new home, says Mom. We're moving into a barn? It's not a barn, says Mom. It's a house. It's called a Dutch colonial. Isn't it lovely? I take another look. It's the shape of a barn. The color of a barn. Are there cows and pigs inside, I ask? Mom rolls her eyes. She learned that from me. Our new barn house comes with new rules. No touching the rose bushes out front, says Daddy. Ouch! Now I know why. No swinging on the porch swing, says Mom. No fair. It's not called a porch. Sit still and be bored, is it? No riding your scooter around the living room, says Daddy. Why not? This place is huge. We finally have room for a dog, I call out. Let's go to the shelter and pick one out. Quinny, please, answers more grown-up Grony. Go check out your new room. My new room is up 11 creaky stairs and down an ultra-long hallway that's perfect for bowling. It's got one squeaky door, 2 sunny windows, a closet that smells like Grandma's hugs, and a ceiling that looks like coconut frosting. I don't know if it tastes like coconut frosting because it's too high up to lick. I'm going to need a ladder. The good news is about having my own room is I won't have to smell Piper's PU when she doesn't wake up in time to run to the bathroom at night. Plus, I can decorate this place any way I want. My favorite paint color is a tie between green with orange polka dots and orange with green polka dots. Maybe I'll even put in a porch swing. The grumpy news about having my own room is it's kind of lonely in here. How will I fall asleep at night without Piper snoring? How will I make up without her hunting for boogers up my nose with a flashlight? Time for lunch, Daddy calls from outside. My parents unpack a picnic in our new backyard. Mom hands out sandwiches to everyone except Cleo, who has to eat soft-serve peas because she doesn't have any teeth yet. Isn't this beautiful, says Daddy. I guess if you like trees. Quinny, what has gotten into you? You loved Central Park and it was full of trees. But Central Park had other stuff too. It had crazy bright rollerbladers and freaky fast bikers and zoomy runners. It had singers and guitar players and picture painters and wacky outfits. It had dogs galore and a whole zoo, even, plus a skating rink, a puppet theater, and a giant pond. Our new yard has just us in it, and all the yards around us are empty. Where is everybody? Finally, something happens. A chicken hops by. A real, live chicken, just like the kind you hear in the books, except this one's stylish. It's got black and white stripes like a zebra. I knew this house is really a barn. Mom, Daddy, look! But Mom's busy trying to get Piper down from a tree. Daddy's busy changing Cleo's stinky diaper and wiping her screamy spit up from his glasses at the same time. If I'm going to catch us a pet, I've got to think fast. So I follow that zebra chicken and try to introduce myself. It hops over to the back of my house and barks at the back door. It's like angry about something. Hi there, chicken. I'm Quinny. Come inside and make yourself at home. The chicken turns and stares at me like I've done something wrong. Then it runs off. Hey, chicken, come back. I don't bite. It races into another yard. I keep following it until it's gone. Uh-oh. Now, where am I? And what's that over there? A swing set? And who's on it? I can't see through all this nature. Maybe it's a girl. Maybe she's almost 9, too. Maybe it's a boy. A friendly boy who likes to climb bookshelves and collect snowballs. I run over to find out. Uh-oh again. That's not a swing set. It's a fence around a garden. A garden full of strange tomatoes. Yellow, orange, purple, green tomatoes. Big and small and smooth and lumpy bumpy tomatoes. Even heart-shaped tomatoes, which I've never seen before in my life. And the person inside this garden is definitely not a kid. Excuse me, young lady, says an old lady crouching and digging in the dirt. You are excused, I say. Did you happen to see a chicken run by here? The old lady stands up, way, way up. I've never seen a person so old and so tall at the same time. She stares down at me, all serious and suspicious. I wonder if she knows she looks just like that guy on the front of my $2 bill. What about kids? I try again, all smiley polite. Have you seen any kids around here? I'm looking at one right now and it's trespassing. This yard is private property. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Back home, the outdoors belong to everyone. Where exactly do you live, young lady? I'm about to say New York City, but then I remember it's not true anymore. So I tell her, in that house that looks like a barn, I guess. That's all it takes. The giant old lady starts walking me right back to the big red barn house. Can I ask you a question? I ask her. If you must. Does anything exciting ever happen around here? Rarely. That's what I was afraid of. Young lady, didn't anyone ever tell you not to talk to strangers? Then how would I ever meet anybody new? All of a sudden, I hear some very familiar yelling. Quinny! Quinny! Says the yelling. Quinny Bumble, where are you? I take it you're Quinny Bumble, says the old lady. I nod. Well, I'm Mrs. Porridge. I wonder if she knows she's named after yucky soup. And that chicken's name is Freya. Stay away from her. She almost killed my cat. My eyes perk up. A killer chicken? Now that's exciting. And I didn't know Mrs. Porridge even had a cat. You're so lucky to have a pet, I tell her. I was supposed to get a puppy once, but then I got my baby sister Cleo instead. What's your cat's name? Does it do any tricks? Can I come over and play with it? I'm free right now. But before Mrs. Porridge can answer me, we're back at the barn house. Mom makes a serious, stiff face at me. Daddy looks half carsick and half relieved. We were so worried, Mom says. Quinny, you know better than to run off by myself, Daddy says. I do, but sometimes I forget stuff I already know. I'm sorry. Tell them very, very extra, very sorry. My parents thank Mrs. Porridge. Then they give me a big talk about not running off by myself. Then they send me up to my room, by myself. I trudge up the stairs, all slumpy and sad. P.U. Piper is up here in the hall, smirky, smiling. Nothing makes her happier than when I'm in trouble. She's also holding my snowball cooler, which reminds me I forgot to put that snowball in the freezer. She hands me the cooler and says, "Ha ha, your snowball got it all melty." Got it is not a word. I grab that cooler and slam my door in Piper's face. Then I sit there all alone in my lonely new room. No pet chicken, no new friends, no nothing. Just a cooler, a dripping dead snowball onto my feet. Moving here was the grumpiest idea ever.